welcome to Microbird and welcome to Plattsburgh. I'm Patrick Kay, and as the general manager, I will be your MC for this grand opening celebration. I'm excited to be here this morning and share some amazing milestones with all of you. Thank you for being here. We've got a great group of distinguished guests that will share some words with us. We've got the CEO and president of Microbird, Eric Boulay. We've got the CEO of Bluebird, John Weiskell. We've got the CEO and president of AZ Bus Sales and the president of the Bluebird Advisory Council, John Landar. We've got the executive chairman of Microbird, Steve Girardin. And we've got the president of the North Country Chamber of Commerce, Gary Douglas. And we have the governor of our great state of New York, Kathy Hochul. I'd also like to give thanks to some of the people who have been instrumental in making Microbird in Plattsburgh a reality. This isn't the exhaustive list, but it's a good start. I'd like to thank the president of Girardin Holden, Dave Girardin, Clinton County elected officials, Chairman Mark Henry and the entire legislature, Town Supervisor Michael Cashman and the town's economic development and coding and zoning offices, Beekman Town School District, and NYSEG for helping us find creative solutions to our energy needs. I'd also like to take a minute and thank the team that made this event today possible. I'd like to thank the team in Plattsburgh, and I would like to thank the team in Drummondville for all their hard work, and I'd also like to thank our new best friends at Harrison Ford. Thank you. I'd like to take the last thank you and give a heartfelt thank you to the team that I'm blessed to be a part of. I'd like to thank the leadership team that has been through this entire journey, together through thick and thin. I'd also like to thank the amazing community of bus builders, both men and women, who are, as we speak, building their best bus right next door. So with that being said, and the good energy we have now, we're going to show 2 minutes more of our factory and our team.
Hi, I'm Justin Clark.
Billy Joe Branham, Sarah Singland, Kayla,
Jaden.
My name is Zach.
Chad Varden.
Greg Blow.
Ricky Rio.
And we are Microbird.
I think I'm most proud of the team. As you know, it's been a lot of hard work, long hours, but ultimately we are doing it, right? We're there. We're producing buses, so it's really great.
I'm very proud of where the team has started and where we are today.
I'm really proud of the work that we put into getting this place started, to get it up and running, and how it's operating finally after all this time.
I'm really excited to see it grow, see the line production rate increase,
The way that it impacts the community.
How much we grow from today to where we grow in the next few years. Where this company takes us, it's great to see everybody working together to make this company grow.
I'm excited to see a very fluid plant that runs like Drummondville does. I can't wait to be exactly like them, or maybe even better.
ultimately building the business bigger on the US side and also on the Canadian side, just helping to grow within the market that we know is there. That's I think what I'm most excited for.
Round of applause. Awesome. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the CEO and President of Microbird, Eric Boulay.
What a great video. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. This is a very special event for us at Microbird. The official grand opening of our Microbird USA Plattsburgh plant. What a spectacular plant, right? Right. The entire team is so pleased to welcome you today, since all of you somehow have collaborated with us to make this happen. This milestone marks a major step in Microbird's long-term growth strategy and its commitment in providing the highest quality and the safest buses to customers across North America. Following the acquisition of the site in December 2024 and a $38 million investment, our team worked diligently to set up the plant, train employees, and start production in only 7 months. Today, more than 225 team members are employed here in Plattsburgh, with plans to grow to a workforce of 350 team members at full capacity. In total, Microbird now employs more than 850 employees in both Canada and the United States. At our facilities in Drummondville, Quebec, we have been manufacturing small and medium-sized buses for 6 decades. We are leaders in the industry. Our school buses, our commercial buses, and our electric buses are praised for their quality, durability, safety, and long-term value. With this investment here in Plattsburgh, we are doubling our production capacity to meet or exceed the needs of our customers across the United States. The prime mission of the team here in Plattsburgh will be to serve the small and medium-sized commercial market, whether for assisted living, shuttle markets, tours, and more. We will succeed also because of the power of the coast-to-coast Bluebird and Microbird dealership network. Many of them are with us here today, and we are so thankful. Together, we will continue to provide just the best experience to all customers all over North America. So, we are here today because of great teamwork, collaboration, and the support of many. As you know, Microbird is a joint venture between the Girardin Holdings and Bluebird, both great organizations with long legacy of success in the business. I want to thank Steve and Dave Girardin for their vision, your leadership in the industry, and the strong culture of excellence you brought to the team. Also, I want to thank John Weiskell, CEO of Bluebird, Razvan Radulescu, CFO of Bluebird, and their teams at Bluebird. The opportunity for Microbird to join forces with Bluebird is fundamental to our success and to continue to innovate and strive to be the best. We are here today in Plattsburgh, New York, for some key reasons. First, the availability of a qualified and talented workforce. Second, for the proximity of our headquarters in Drummondville. And finally, for the strong support of the entire business community here in the state of New York. So a very special, heartfelt recognition for the support of the state of New York. Governor Hochul, since day one, we felt your personal engagement and the engagement of your team in making this truly happen. Not only we felt welcomed in New York, but we also felt highly stimulated by the energy and focus around strengthening the local economy, creating good jobs, and building a brighter future for the region and the state of New York. Thank you. Thank you also for the support of Senator Schumer and Gillibrand. Thank you for New York State Assemblyman Billy Jones, New York State Senator Dan Steck. I will always also remember all our meetings together as a team. The entire local team together finding solutions. Gary Douglas, Joel Wood, and the team of the North Country Chamber of Commerce, thank you very much. Molly Ryan, Clinton County Economic Development Director and Director of Clinton County IDA, thank you so much. Danielle King, Danielle, President and the entire team from TDC, thank you. Hope Knight, Jeff Janisowski, and Mike Morse of the New York State Empire State Development, thank you so much. And Mike Press from Scout Economics, thank you. Another thank you goes to our team in Drummondville. With energy, thoughtful planning, and a collaborative approach, you have executed a plan that no one thought possible. Great job. Now, a very special recognition and congratulations to our team here in Plattsburgh. Under your leadership, Pat, the team has already demonstrated passion, dedication, expertise, and strive to do well every day for our employees and for our customer. Thank you very much. And as I'm telling you all the time, really, really impressive. We are definitely set for a bright future here in Plattsburgh. Let's continue to work together to build the best products in our industry. I have the great privilege to introduce to you the 57th Governor of the great state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul.
Thank you, Eric. I've been to a lot of grand openings, but this is definitely the coolest. I mean, I love your music. You don't just have a lot of rows just lined up. You got these really edgy tables. The food looks amazing. So I'm impressed, first of all, and could not be more delighted to be here this morning. To congratulate all the individuals you heard recognized by Eric and John from Blueberg and John, the chairman of AZ Bus Sales, and Steve Girardin and Gary Douglas and the whole gang, and Michael Cashman, our great supervisor here. I've worked closely with, and all the legislators and our friends in Quebec. And I want to put a special emphasis on friends in Quebec, friends in Canada. We are your friends to the bitter end. Nothing happening in Washington can divide that common sense of purpose, the sharing of values, and really soulmates through our journey, because there's so many commonalities between our state and the provinces of Quebec and Ontario that we border over 450 miles with. And so that is a point of great pride for me. I will actually be in Quebec meeting the Premier and other governors just in a couple of weeks. And I look forward to continuing to deepen the ties, so you know we love Quebec. And also, I love Plattsburgh. I come up here as often as I can. This part of our state is so spectacularly beautiful. I actually am a boater. How can you not be a boater when you live in the state of New York? But I took a journey on the Erie Canal, the entire length, turned north, came up through the locks, came up to Lake Champlain, and had the most extraordinary journey just last summer. Totally incognito. You didn't know it was me. That was me out there trying to tie the lines and not get blown off the deck. So, but I think this is such an exciting day and a real statement of confidence. I believe in this region. The workers believe in it. People like Gary Douglas, our elected leaders. But sometimes you feel like, you know what, the winds of change are kind of hard. And as I watched the numbers and what's been going on in our North Country in the last 9 months, the whole talk of relationship with Canada, not in a positive way, or tariffs, and a lot of our friends from Canada feeling not as welcome here, or boycotting and not coming here, and it's having a real hit on our local businesses, hospitality, our little main streets are hurt. And so I feel that deeply. So to come here today and say something like this magnificent announcement where we're able to keep and expand jobs that are so critical, not just for the local economy, but critical for our emergence into the clean energy future with buses that are second to none. So you're all part of some great story that is unfolding here, that no matter what happens elsewhere, this is New York. We're proud, we're kind of bold sometimes, but we have a lot to be proud of. And the fact that you believed in us, believed in this region, made this decision is something I'll never take for granted. So I'm grateful to the entire leadership team and everyone who made this happen, but also the workers here. I know how hard it is. You know, get a little bit tougher weather than some other parts of the state. I kind of know what I'm talking about because I'm from Buffalo. It toughens you, right? It toughens. You can take on anything. And I come out of a world where manufacturing was everything. My grandpa lived the American dream after starting out in great poverty from Ireland because he got a job making steel with his hands at the Bethlehem steel plant. My dad worked there, his brothers worked there, everybody worked there. That was our bread and butter. So we are proud to be making things and building projects around the country and putting it in vehicles all over because of the hard work that was being done in my hometown. So I know what it's like when I'm looking at the workers here, that enormous sense of pride you have, that you're part of something that's making a difference. And when you see the buses roll off the line and know they're all over our state, transporting people to school or to a doctor's appointment and just really just being so safe and secure, I hope that you just beam with pride at what you've created with your hard work. So I just want to give another round of applause to the workers here. You are the heart and soul of this company. You know, and people worked here for a long time, about 15 years, you know, showing up every day, punching the clock, and, you know, building thousands of buses. And, you know, as I said, the pride that comes from being here. But when Nova Bus announced they were shutting down, it was pretty devastating for this area. I know that. I felt it. I heard all about it. And people feared and assumed the jobs would vanish, and, you know, perhaps this magnificent state-of-the-art facility be left to just decline. As I saw manufacturing, I mean, Bethlehem Steel still has buildings. They've been shut down for 40 years, kind of haunting you when a big company leaves and they just leave the remains almost like a skeleton. It mocks the local community, and it's hard to take. Believe me, I live this. But I said, I'm not letting that happen here. I know what that can do to the psychology of a community when you have to deal with that. So we are going to leave no stone unturned and to facilitate a smooth transition. And my gosh, in 7 months, it's extraordinary, but I literally called up the CEO of Volvo. Says, you're gonna make this happen, okay? You're gonna help facilitate new leadership that'll make sure we don't miss a beat, because these workers are everything to me. I want them taken care of. And so we've delivered on that. And that is something I'm really excited about and proud of as myself. So, and also, when I think about the different parts of the state, there's different identities. Like Rochester, you think of photonics and Eastman Kodak and you know, all the Bausch and Lomb, and you think about the North Country, it's always world-class transportation manufacture. It just is. That's our brand up here. And we're going to continue leaning into that strength and that reputation. And it's really proud for me to know that there's over 1,000 people working at there. It has about a $150 million impact on our statewide GDP. But you know what, my friends? I think there's more room to grow. We have the space, we have the talent, we have the local community colleges and universities all within a short distance to train workers. I'm a firm believer in apprenticeship programs to give people skills. Never said you had to go to college necessarily to be able to have a great life here. Go learn the skills. And so we offer all that here. So I'm just getting started. And I want to make sure that this area, as we usher in the rebirth of manufacturing, I mean, it's not a dirty word to me. I love manufacturing. I have walked so many factory floors. I have touched more equipment and asked more questions. I'm fascinated by it. But you're innovating the future as well. This is not old school technology. You're using the latest and the greatest to make sure that our vehicles are safe and efficient and do their jobs and last a long time. And so I know that that's what we're going to continue doing here. So glad we could kick in a few bucks here. About almost $10 million in tax credits. There you go. A $2.5 million grant to seal the deal. But this is a real shot in the arm for this area. This really is a shot in the arm and continues to foster that sense of pride and purpose that has defined this community for such a long time. And so I'm going to make sure that people know. Tell our friends elsewhere in Quebec Come on over, we'll go over there. We'll just keep that synergy going, that love and appreciation of each other. And I'm going to make sure that as we continue investing in others, you're joining Beta Technologies in Elstrom, other leading transportation manufacturers here. We make subway cars at Elstrom. And so you may not think about New York City affecting what happens up here too much, but it really does. Because when I can fully fund the MTA capital plan, it was a big dollar, I also knew that there'd be money from that being invested right up here as we continue manufacturing the subway cars that we need. So these are projects that I see the synergy of decisions made elsewhere and how we can use the talent we have here, the great buildings, the leadership that believes in this area, and a great group of individuals who put their heart and soul in their jobs every day. I'm going to keep being the person, your governor, who pulls it all together. And I will never forget the North Country. You are so important to me. I spent my childhood vacationing up here and camping up here and boating up here. I know the extraordinary quality of life, and any new employees that are coming here, they're going to fall in love with this area as well, I guarantee it. So it's a huge win for us. We're going to keep the North Country's economic engine humming and growing. And again, thank you for inviting me today, because I could not be happier to be any place in the whole state but right here, right now. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Hochul, for those words. Truly inspiring. Thank you again. Now I'd like to introduce President and CEO of Bluebird Corporation, John Weiskell.
All right, well, thanks so much, Pat, for the kind words and the warm welcome to everybody here. So first of all, we're talking about Canada. I'm actually Canadian and, of course, live in the United States. So this is wonderful. This is a great area to be because we can, as Canadians, we can actually keep our elbows down because we're in good company here today. So today we're here to celebrate the grand opening of Microbird's state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. And we joined together to mark a truly historic milestone for our companies and for the Empire State. And I'm so happy to be here to participate in this celebration. But as well, one thing I'm really pleased about is the number of dealers that we have here today. We have probably close to 40 dealers, 80% of our dealer network, that flew and came out or drove or flew to come to New York State to see the grand opening here. So round of applause to the dealers. And they truly are the best dealer network in the country. My name is John Weiskell. I have the pleasure, of being the president and CEO of the iconic school bus manufacturer, Bluebird Corporation. And Bluebird is the only US-owned and operated school bus manufacturer in the country. And we've been writing history since day one. Back in 1927, we built our first school bus in the state of Georgia. And since then, our team members have built 550,000 school buses, with roughly 180,000 still on the road today. And school buses carry the most precious cargo in the world, approximately 25 million children and students every day. And that's why we build school buses with a focus on safety, reliability, and durability. And today, Bluebird is also a proven leader in low and zero emission school buses with more than 25,000 propane and electric buses sold. And this includes over 2,500 electric zero emission school buses in operation. And replacing 2,500 diesel school buses with the same number of electric buses means that nearly 190,000 students a day are no longer exposed to diesel tailpipe emissions, which is linked to health issues such as asthma and heart disease. But today, we're here because we're writing a whole new chapter and an exciting start with this plant opening. More than 45 years ago, Bluebird began working with our friends at Girardin in Canada to design and build the very first Bluebird Microbird bus. And in 2009, Microbird was established as a 50-50 joint venture between Bluebird Corporation and Girardin. And together, we've redefined the industry. Today, we celebrate the grand opening of this amazing manufacturing facility here in New York State. But as a reminder, our Canada-US joint venture, Microbird, acquired the former Novabus plant in November of 2024, saving this facility, and with it, 200 manufacturing jobs. And this Microbird team launched production in a record 7 months. Congratulations to everyone who contributed to this accomplishment. With this over $35 million investment, Microbird will double its production capacity to better serve the growing demand for multi-purpose buses. And this plant will also qualify for critical Buy America status in the shuttle bus market. The Plattsburgh plant, though, of course, stands for so much more than just this site. Plattsburgh represents the power of free trade and opportunity between the United States and our friends in the North. And Microbird plays a part in this largest bilateral trading relationship, the relationship between Canada and the United States. Over the past decades, our international partnership and collaboration has driven job growth, prosperity, technological innovation, customer satisfaction, and it's done it in both countries. That's the spirit of Plattsburgh. So thank you for joining in the celebration today. For all of our dealers, thank you for making the trek to Plattsburgh. And congratulations to the Plattsburgh team. So now I'd like to hand it over to Mr. John Lander, President of A to Z Bus and the Chair of the Bluebird Advisory Committee. Please extend a warm welcome to John Lander.
Well, is this an exciting day or what? I mean, let's hear it. This is exciting. My name's John Lander. I'm the CEO of A to Z Bus Sales, and we represent Microbird and Bluebird in 3 states, California, Hawaii, and Texas. And it's also my honor and privilege to serve as the chairman of the Bluebird and Microbird Dealer Advisory Council. And I can tell you, on behalf of the dealers that are here, and there's a lot of them, we could not be more excited with what you guys have put together here today in Plattsburgh. It really is one way to explain this. This is a God thing. The way this all came together perfectly with the smooth transition from the Volvo workforce to now the Microbird workforce. This is truly remarkable, the way it's all come together, and I just thank God for that. It's really a blessing to this community, a blessing to communities across the nation that we serve every day, knowing that we have a Buy America compliant bus to sell in our markets. You guys make them, and we get to sell them. And as salespeople, we love new things to sell. That's what we love to do. And that's what you're giving us here today. We've been selling these buses for many, many years. But we've been had our hands tied behind our back because most of the transit authorities across the nation get their money from FDA. And in order to do that, you have to have a Buy America bus. Well, we didn't have a Buy America bus, and now we do. And that's incredible because now we can bring this incredible premium product at an economical price to the transit authorities across the nation. All the major cities across the US will now have the ability to experience the quality of a Microbird bus. And let me tell you, there is not a finer made bus in the world than the Microbird bus. And now we get to sell it to all of our transit authorities. They're going to absolutely love coming here to Plattsburgh. It's a beautiful location, and you have an incredible facility. Let me tell you, as someone who's toured many bus manufacturers, this stands above the rest. There is not a finer facility. And so the transit authority representatives that are going to come here to see this facility are going to be blown away. And it's a really super exciting day for us. I'd like to thank all the dealers that came out today. This is an incredible opportunity for the dealer network of Bluebird and Microbird. We've continued to grow together, and this is just another opportunity. As many of us don't sell these type of buses, now we have the opportunity to grow with Microbird and sell this amazing product behind me. So I'd like to thank the entire Bluebird, Microbird team for putting this together for the dealer network, and we could not be more excited. I'd also like to thank the man with the vision to bring this all together. We've been asking for this for a long time, but he had the vision to find the right spot. Close proximity to Drummondville, an incredibly skilled workforce, and just a beautiful facility. And so I'd like to introduce you to the executive chairman of Microbird, Mr. Steve Girardin.
Thank you, everyone. The only thing I'll say to start off, no one believed me. It's amazing to be here today. This is more than 11 years in the making to be here today, and obviously couldn't be more proud of it. So. Sorry, got to override the emotions, right? So, yeah, Phil and I were talking earlier, like in 2014, we had this as a part of our business plan to have a plant in the US, and I promised James that in 2014, and now, James, we have it, so time to fill the plant, right? So, but also, obviously a lot of people needed to get together and believe in this project and putting this together and the timing of it, the opportunities, but obviously, thank you to everyone who believed, the board of directors, Razvan, John, and Dave, obviously, that authorized this project. Thank you, Governor Hochul, for your support. Gary, whom we met over 20 years ago, actually. He's probably the first economic development person I met when I was young and had hair and everything. So, but basically, we can't, this support, this all came together so fast, so well, and very opportunistically. We've looked throughout the country, we looked at different areas, and obviously, at the time, Plattsburgh was not an option. It was full employment, and a whole bunch of factors didn't fall into place for Plattsburgh, and we never found the right spot and timing and everything, but obviously when Novabus announced their departure, that obviously opened up a whole breadth of opportunities in the area here. And I think I want to underline also, Novabus's participation in this was very critical in this, and I think we need to congratulate someone in the room here, Christos from Novabus. Christos played an instrumental role in making this happen with us, but with the Novabus and Volvo Group, with Paul Leoulier's contributions also, the CEO of Novabus. It was very important for them to leave the area on the high road and just leave the area as well as they came in on, and they were obviously very good stewards and allowed the transition to be very easy. So thank you very much, Christos, for that. So, sorry. Mike Press, Mike, obviously, you're a great help to us also in economic development. Mike is Scout Economics, and they do economic development and prospecting for companies. He was also a good help in connecting everything and working with Gary and New York State Economic Development. So that's also been a very good help. So thank you, Mike, for your help also. So dealers, obviously, thank you for believing, thank you for wanting this, and we're here, we're answering your needs, and basically we're there to support you as usual, and you've always been a key driver of our growth and success in the marketplace, and we just look forward to continue to build on that in a very positive manner. So thank you for that. Thank you all, especially Pat, the team here, for believing and really hunkering down and getting this done. This was not an easy project, phasing out the Nova Bus production and transitioning in. This was very, very aggressive timeline, but everyone believed, almost. Yeah. So everyone believed, and it made it happen. So congratulations to the team here. It's very exceptional, and the team in Drummondville also that supported this transition and this startup. It's very exceptional what was accomplished here, and it's man, it's one more notch on our belt. So that being said, thank you very much for this. I'd like to pass it on to Gary again. Gary Douglas was a very instrumental piece of this in getting this done. So Gary, thank you very much for everything you did for us, and you have the floor.
Well, Steve, it goes back 20 years, but finally, officially, and warmly, welcome to Plattsburgh, Montreal's U.S. suburb. In 2009, at the opening of this plant by Nova Bus, I began with these words: "The wheels on the bus go round and round," celebrating the fact that wheels on buses made in Plattsburgh would be going round and round across America and beyond. And now, almost seamlessly, our new partners at Microbird are guaranteeing that our skilled workforce will continue to produce top quality buses, though of a different kind, and that the wheels on buses made in Plattsburgh will continue to go round and round for decades to come. The morning after Nova Bus's announcement, we immediately reached out to two A-teams. Our A-team in Albany, personally led by Governor Kathy Hochul, with incredible work by Michael Morris, Jeff Januszewski, and Steve Hunt at Empire State Development. And we assembled our local A-team here on the ground. Yes, of course, I was Mr. T. To immediately coalesce and commit to the mission of an exhaustive effort to find and attract a new bus producer. Now let me note that such in-kind replacement is always the first aim when a major manufacturer announces they are departing, but it almost never happens, making today's event especially historic and notable. Let me proudly present the Chamber's A-team, and please hold your applause until they're all on the stage. Our Vice President for Strategic Initiatives, Joel Wood, who I assigned to lead the marketing effort, who scoured the earth literally for worthy leads, and then became our key problem solver all through the deal-making process. The Clinton County IDA, led by Molly Ryan, who cannot be with us here today, but without the IDA's support, this deal absolutely could not have happened. Trent Trahan, chair of the Clinton County IDA, please come up. Anyone who would like to know the value of our IDA to investment and jobs, just look around you today. TDC, which was an incredibly experienced advisor, who also made crucial adjacent land available to support Microbird's operations. Thank you, Danielle King, TDC CEO, and her team and board. Danielle? Plattsburgh Town Supervisor Michael Cashman, who helped facilitate all reviews and permits, keeping everything on track, and that personal commitment continues today. Many times local government gets in the way of things. Michael has always made sure that it gets behind things. And our now former Assemblyman Billy Jones, who saw to it that we had the resources needed to carry out and sustain this great and successful effort. Billy? And let me recognize a very special partner in Washington unable to join us today, who personally engaged in valuable direct outreach to Volvo Group in Sweden to help facilitate progress, our friend and champion, Senator Chuck Schumer. Round of applause, please, for our A-team, your A-team. Now, why isn't he leaving the stage? When do I ever leave a stage? I have one more very happy role here today, a surprise role for our very special guest. I've had the honor of being on stage with several governors through the years, all friends, but never with a rock star. Governor Hochul, please join me on the stage, and Eric Boulay as well, please. When it comes to this success, Kathy Hochul didn't just preside over the work of her great team. She saw her need and very personally engaged every step of the way, from personal calls and outreach to providing every form of state support needed every single time we turned to her for that form of support that was needed to keep the deal going. So thank you to our economic development rock star and #1 team member for making this day possible. We have a special presentation for you, Governor.
Oh my God, that's
To
incredible.
our rock star governor. Keep the music playing, I know you will.
You are too much. That's extraordinary. Thank you.
Congratulations. This is cool.
I told you this is, I didn't know about this, but I said this was a very cool event. I was right, wasn't I?
A couple of riffs.
We're staying here. Yep, we have more to go. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're going to stay here. Yep, we're good, yep. Okay, so I'm going to dance, so you will have to listen to me. So I'd like to ask Eric Boulay, who's here now, John Weiskell, please, John Landauer, and Steve Girardin, please come back to the stage. And we're going to have a toast led by Eric. Good? You good? Cheers. Good. Yes.
Okay, so please, one more time, join all of us in celebrating the grand opening of the Microbird Plattsburgh facility. A huge congratulations to the entire Microbird team and a great future to come. Thank you. Cheers. Santé.
No, it's not a party until something gets spilled. All right, very good. So we're going to do ribbon cutting now. So we'll get our teammates up here to span the ribbon. Everyone will take a spot. And we're going to get pictures. And I'm going to get a cue. 3, 2, 1. All right.